Welcome to Snowflake's Data Superheroes Origins. I'm your host, Kent Graziano, and this is my Data Dojo. In this episode of Data Superheroes Origins, I have Snowflake superhero Daan Bakboord. Welcome to the Data Dojo, Dan.
Thank you very much, Kent.
Great to have you here on my show. You've been pretty active in the community with presenting at our group buy event and accumulating, I understand, over 28,000 points in the community. But some of our viewers may not know you as well. So if you would tell us a little bit about yourself, where you're located. I know it's in Europe somewhere. Who you work for, what your current role is, things like that.
So I'm based in Europe, in the Netherlands, near a city near Rotterdam. I'm working for a company called Pong, and we deliver professional services in the, let's say, in the IT related industry, doing projects, data related projects. And I am the manager of the data analytics unit over there. So I manage the unit of I think it's about 15 to 20 professionals right now. Doing all sorts of data and analytics projects. And next to that, I think people can know me from my personal label, which is called Daanalytics. So that's a combination of Daan and analytics. And that's how I have my online presence.
Yeah, I think that when we met, that's how I knew you, was Daanalytics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit more about how you got to this point in your career, and some about when, where, how you developed a passion for data.
So I think my passion for data, it goes back until the early 2002, I think. I was working for a dredging company in the Netherlands, and they had a lot of ships and a lot of machinery, and they had to maintain that machinery. And up until that point, they were just doing it. So if they need material, they grabbed it from their local storage, and they went on repairing the ships and maintaining the ships. But they have no clue how much they were using, and whether they could do it in a bit more efficient way. So buying the stuff when they needed it. And that's where we started building a BI system where they could see what they needed and when they needed these things. And that's where my interest for the BI space started to grow, because I found it very interesting to see how they were used to do it based on a gut feeling. So they knew they were using somewhat the bolts and all kinds of stuff to repair these machinery. And then we came along, and then we made it visible to them, so that it was not always necessary to have so much in store, but they could do it with a little bit less things to keep in store. And that, for me, that was very interesting to see how you can make people and make companies and make organizations more knowledgeable about the things they were doing. So the gut feeling, that's okay, because they know from experience what they are doing. But if you can back that up with data, then it's even more interesting. So that's where I started to get a passion for working with data.
Okay. So these days, what does a day in the life of a data superhero like you look like?
Well, these are interesting and challenging times. So working from home, a lot of meetings, a lot of things. working alone and working in front of my two screens up in the attic. So that's and apart from that, so a lot of new things are happening. So if you look at Snowflake, I developed a passion for Snowflake. I think it was about 3 years ago, and a lot is happening in that space, and it's too much to keep up because you are developing, but also all the partners around you in the ecosystem, they are also developing. So for me, it's really challenging to keep up. A lot of interesting webinars, a lot of interesting things. And next to that, I'm also doing my day-to-day job. So I'm partly a manager, and for the other part, I'm still on a project, so still doing consultancy. So that's interesting, but really challenging. So on one hand, trying to move forward, trying to do new things, trying to do different things, trying to put new things into the market, and on the other hand, doing things I have been doing for a long time. So that's it's interesting but challenging.
Yeah. So what does it mean being a data superhero? What does that mean to you?
Well, from what I have I think like yourself, I have an Oracle background, and what I learned from the Oracle community back then and still it's very active and very lively. So I learned a lot from exchanging knowledge within this community. And what I like about the Snowflake data superhero program is that you get to meet new people, you get to learn new things. So for me, it's an excellent opportunity to improve and to both on a professional side, but also on a personal side. Because I think it was 2 years ago that I met you in Rome. So I know you from the community. I think Michael Rainey was there. Yeah. Also Snowflake right now. I also know him from the community. So you meet each other somewhere around the globe. You can talk about all kinds of things. So it can be technical, can be Snowflake, can be something else, but can also be just personal stuff. Have a drink. I think we had a pizza. And I think that the only way that works is by connecting with different people, and an online community like this works really well. So yeah, for me, so both on the professional side as well as a personal side, it gave me a lot.
Yeah. No, as you know, I've been involved in community for a long time myself too, and for the very same reasons. Yeah. So with all the things you've done in the Snowflake community, which community contribution are you most proud of?
I think the most part was that why I was invited and selected to do the presentation on the first group buy event. So that was, for me, it was a real honor to be in line with all these great presenters, and that I was one of them. That made me really proud, and I received a lot of positive feedback about that. That they say, hey, I saw you online and I saw your presentation, and I think that's really interesting.
Yeah, and that was a good event. We're grateful to have you and the others be able to speak on that. So what advice would you give to an aspiring data superhero?
Well, I think so. Sometimes you see the people asking, let's say when they are preparing for the Snow Pro core exam, and I think one of the best ways to do that is just to do things, but also try to help other people, because that makes you think about the work you are doing yourself, the way you can help someone else. And for me, that's a very good way. So I started writing blogs because I did a few things. I did it one time, and then after a few months, I thought, I know I have done it sometime, and so I forgot, and then I look it up. So that's a good way to to get your skills up. So you think about things, you try to help other people, you write something, you answer questions on the forum, you connect with other people, and I think that's the best way you can get started. And in the end, you get rewarded for that. So it works both ways. So you improve yourself, you help someone else, and in the end, you get your points. And like me myself, now I'm standing here, and it's just because I've written a few blog posts, and that was it.
Yeah, no, we all learn and grow because of cooperation within the community like this.
Yeah, for me, that's and like I said before, it works in multiple ways. So you improve yourself, you help somebody else, you get to know other people, you get invited for events like the group like this talk I have with you right now. So yeah, you benefit in a lot of ways.
Yeah. So who do you follow in the overall data community for your inspiration?
Yeah, it's a lot. So I look in the Slack channel. I look. I think Randy Pitcher is very interesting to me. I read your contributions. Yeah, there are so many to mention here. These are the two who come up at the top of mind at this point. But I Google a lot. I'm in various Slack channels. So, for instance, the Snowflake channel, but also the DBT channel, DBT Slack, where they also have a separate Snowflake channel. I Google a lot. I read a lot of different blog posts, checking things on LinkedIn. It's amazing how this community is growing compared to a few years ago. So yeah, there's a lot.
Are there any thought leaders outside of the Snowflake community that you follow? Any industry leaders that you would recommend people listen to?
Well, yeah. For instance, I still know him from my Oracle times, and I think you know him as well, Stuart Bryson.
Oh yeah.
He has very interesting blogs and presentations. Mark Rittman as well. Those guys I still follow. I think Mark Rittman is one of the guys who made me more and more active in the industry because of the things he was organizing. He has these forums he organized, and I went there and I met a lot of people. So I think
that's funny. Those are two of the guys that I've known for a long time as well from the Oracle world. Mark and I chaired a BI committee for another user group back 15 years ago, and he introduced me to Stuart. And both of them are actually, both of their companies are now Snowflake Partners. That when I came over to Snowflake, I introduced them to Snowflake as well, and kept that I'll say the community together, as it were, and moving along.
I think that's also one of the benefits of this community. So you know these guys from the community, and you go somewhere and you think, hey, I have something really interesting. And that was, for me, was one of the reasons to have a look at Snowflake, because I knew there were some people in the Oracle community who are either moving or at least looking at Snowflake. So I thought that something is happening over there. And that was, for me, was a reason to have a look and got interested in the product.
Yeah, there's actually quite a few Oracle ACE directors that are now part of the Snowflake community. And that's the background. Exactly. That's where I came from. Yeah. So what's your all-time favorite Snowflake feature so far?
it's difficult to limit it to one, but I think the data sharing feature, I think that's one of the most interesting features I know within the product, and also because I know how it works compared to other tools. So I'm currently in an Oracle project, and if we want to share data over there, then that's a whole different ball game as compared to Snowflake, and I find that really interesting. And also because Snowflake is using it itself, for instance, to show the usage to the customers who are using Snowflake, but also the whole marketplace idea. Yeah, that I think that's one of the most interesting features. And if I can mention another one, so I'm currently on a project, and we have some old data in the development environment, and it's also, yeah, we have to wait for the next clone. And if I know the zero copy cloning, how easily and how quickly that can be organized in Snowflake as compared to other systems, that's another one I find really interesting.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites too, for
Yeah,
the same reasons it probably is for you when you're trying to do data warehousing and analytics. Being able to have fresh data and the right size of data in your dev and QA environments has been a challenge until that feature came along.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
We had a lot of announcements over the last couple of weeks with our Data Cloud Summit, with new features and products coming out. Are there any in particular that you're looking forward to testing out?
I'm not exactly sure how it's called, but the one that you can introduce the programming into Snowflake itself.
Oh, Snowpark.
So
That would be Snowpark.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, exactly. Because within our company, Pong, we have different business units, and one of them is just a development unit. And I want to see how both units can work together. So on the data side and on the development side. And if you can do it via Snowpack, that would be really interesting. So that's one I'm looking forward to test out.
Great. So what's next for you on the superhero journey? Do you have any blog posts or other videos, podcasts, things like that coming up that you're going to be part of?
Not completely planned right now, so I'm working on a few things. The most important thing, and that's more internally in our company, we are working, or we are trying to create different communities around specific tooling, and I want to build that Snowflake community inside our company, and that's where our focus and my focus is at this point. To get all the other consultants interested and enthusiastic about Snowflake, and that we can that we can build that capability from within our company, and build a community and make it interesting for other people to join our company because we are doing the cool stuff.
Yeah, cool.
So that's
yeah, that's great. That's great. That's a good thing to do. You know, so you're going to build a community within the company all around Snowflake.
Yeah, that's my main focus at this point, and make it interesting for people. So not that I'm going to have to call someone and hey, you have to go and work for us, but that it's going to be the other way around, so that they see in the whole community, hey, something is happening over there. They're doing the cool stuff. I want to join that, and I want to be part of that community. And that's that's our goal for the next year.
Final question for you, Dan. How can our viewers follow you on your data superhero journey? What's the best way to connect with you?
The best way to connect with me is, I think, is via my personal label. So if you look online, you type in Danalytics, then you will find all kind of content. So I try to use a Medium sometimes as a blog. I'm working on a new website, so some articles are over there. I have a little bit of content on GitHub, so you can find it over there. But if you just Google Danalytics, then yeah, you should find some work and some things I am doing at this moment.
And that's with 2 A's?
Yeah, 2 A's.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a combination of Dan and analytics.
Okay, great. Well, I'm afraid our time's up again now, Dan. Thanks so much for being with us today. Hope to see you again in real life soon, and maybe we can grab another pizza and some wine in Rome.
That sounds very interesting. Thanks for having me. Yeah, I'm really proud that you invited me here on your show, and I'm really looking forward to meet you somewhere in real life.
All right, thanks everyone for joining us today in the Snowflake Data Dojo. If you enjoyed this interview, please like it and share it with your friends. This is Kent Graziano, the Data Warrior, signing off for now. See you on the next episode of Data Superheroes Origins.